The chambers are called to order. I'm going to call to order this public hearing of the Municipal Officers Electoral Board at the Village of Forest Park. I'm going to ask a member of the Electoral Board, our village clerk, Vanessa Moritz, to call the roll call.
Mayor Calderon.
Here.
Commissioner Mannix.
Here.
Clerk Moritz. Here.
Thank you.
Before we proceed forward, short introductory statement. The Municipal Officers Electoral Board of the Village of Forest Park is comprised of Mayor Anthony Calderon.
Can't hear back here at all.
Okay. Is this better?
Much.
Okay. Mayor Calderon is chairman. Commissioner Thomas Mannix is member, as being the senior most commissioner of the village, and village clerk Vanessa Moritz is member. The Electoral Board will take up the question of whether or not the petitions to place a public question regarding video gaming in the Village of Forest Park on the November 8, 2016 general election ballot in the village, whether those petitions are in proper form, whether or not they were filed within the time limit as set by statute, whether the conditions required by law, and whether or not the petitions are what they purport to be. The general shall decide whether or not the petitions filed are valid and whether the objections filed thereto shall be sustained. The decision of the majority of the Electoral Board will be final, subject to the provisions of judicial review. The Electoral Board will state its findings, decision, and order in writing and will serve those findings in open session. A copy of the decision will be served on the parties. Today, the board will adopt its rules of procedures for the introduction of evidence and other matters in the presentation of arguments, if any, and may in its discretion provide for the filing of briefs by the parties to and by other interested persons. The board will remain in session until the final decision is rendered. Are the parties present?
For the objector, Vanessa Olson, Andrew Keller. Daniel J. Poland for the proponents, Patrick Techna, and Al Aldridge.
It's nice to have seasoned election attorneys present. Gentlemen, will you file your appearances?
Yes.
The first item of business is to adopt the rules of procedure. Everyone has a copy of the rules. Reviewed them. Is there any questions? Is there a motion?
So moved. We have a motion to adopt the proposed rules. Is there a second?
Second.
So we have a motion and a second on adoption of the proposed rules of procedure. Any discussion? If none, Ms. Moritz, you can call the roll call.
Mayor Calderon.
Yes.
Commissioner Mannix.
Aye.
Clerk Moritz. Yes.
Rules of procedure are adopted, and without objection, they will be issued as ordinance number 1.
Any objection? Hearing no objection, so ordered.
With respect to the docket, the matter is the objection of John R. Hosty, matter number 2016 MOEB 1. Any preliminary statements by the parties?
None by the objector. Oh, we have no preliminary motion.
The, prior to proceeding, are there any exhibits that you wish to introduce? Or I have the certificate, the registered voter certificate from David Orr, Cook County. I don't know, and if you've seen this?
I've seen it. I have no objection. I was going to introduce that myself, but the board has it.
Was that in the circulator at the residency issue?
No, this is just how many registered
Oh, I
voters.
see.
Okay, do you want to review it?
Sure. My expectation was this would be resolved at records museum.
Well, there will be, ultimately, the signatures will be involved, whether they're valid or not. The issue is the number of registered voters, qualified or legal voters, is the word is used in the Video Gaming Act.
I see. I understand there's a discrepancy between the number of voters, between parties. We understand that there was a number as of the date of filing, and a different number that's reflected here.
Okay.
My expectation was that this would be resolved at following a records exam.
And that's fine.
That's,
We need to get to the records exam,
and that's,
the records exam may take
and then
care of all
if you
these.
could argue as to what the, you know, the correct number is, if it includes inactive voters, that's fine. Okay. All right, then we'll. And in that case, we won't introduce this yet, if there is going to be, I guess my question is, do you have an issue as to the total number of registered voters, which,
I have no objection to entering that for what it says.
whether or not it applies in this case?
We can take it later.
In that case, there's a motion to admit as board exhibit number 2, the Cook County Clerk David Orr's certificate of registered voters, the 9,249 active voters, and 919 inactive voters, totaling 10,168. Is that correct?
Members, is there a motion to receive this registered voter certificate from Cook County Clerk David Orr? Do you want to take a look at this first? Are we going to accept this as another
It'll
board
be board exhibit number 2.
exhibit numbers?
So moved, Your Honor.
Okay, we have
Second.
a motion and a second. Any discussion on the question? Ms. Mertz, would you call the roll call, please?
Mayor Calderon,
Aye.
Commissioner Mannix.
Aye.
Clerk Moritz, aye.
And that'll be board exhibit number 2. So what's left for now is let's schedule this for a records exam.
Did you just call us and tell us how?
I'll let you know when the records exam will be. I would anticipate it could be sometime this week. The county has nothing to do in terms of pending election objections. If you will. I will let each party know. And in terms of reconvening, this Wednesday is
On calendar.
this Wednesday is a week from Wednesday, that should be sufficient time, the 31st. What do you gentlemen prefer, morning, afternoon?
Later than that.
1 o'clock time? Do you want it later in the afternoon?
Later.
What time, do you have a time in mind?
Because we're gonna, when the record
What's
exam comes
later?
back, we're gonna be spending the, the burden of time, our time rehabilitating signatures and so on and so forth.
Fair enough, fair enough. Why not?
Nothing further, any public comment?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to recess till August 31st at 1 p.m.
Okay, we have a motion to reconvene from recess on August 31st, 1 p.m. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Member Moritz, you may call the roll.
Mayor Calderon,
Aye.
Commissioner Mannix. Clerk Moritz? Aye.
We're recessed until the 31st.
We stand in recess. Thank you.
Thank you.